Alright, so that was way too close for comfort. Let's have a little talk about that Canada versus Finland game because it was do or die for both teams, and as a Canadian, I nearly shit my pants watching it. It wasn't all that scary to start though. The Canadians scored 2 early goals thanks to the Big Macs themselves, Connor McDavid and Nathan MacKinnon, making it 2-0 for Canada just 5 minutes into the game. I was loving it. The Finns weren't though. They called a timeout to collect their thoughts, and credit to them, they came out swinging right after, but Canadian goaltender Jordan Binnington was feeling it in this game and wasn't letting anything by him. And then Canada scored again. This time it was Braden Point. 3-0 for the Hosers. But don't worry, Canucks fans. Finnish goalie Kevin Lankinen wasn't playing poorly. He was just a little overwhelmed. He was still making solid saves, and if it weren't for him, the score likely would have been a lot more lopsided. However, after Sidney Crosby and Nate MacKinnon teamed up to put a 4th goal past Lankinen on just the 13th shot he faced, Lank the Tank was pulled from the net and replaced by UC Saros. 4-0 Canada. McDavid was doing McDavid stuff, Binnington was a brick wall, Sam Reinhart crushed Mikko Rantanen, so Rantanen dumped Mark Stone, Haula hauled Hagel, Coach Cooper liked what he was seeing, Saros was a brick wall. The score was 4-0 for Canada with just under 7 minutes remaining in the game, and if they could just hold on for the victory in regulation time, they would secure a spot in the championship game against Team USA. But that's precisely when the Finns decided to cause heart palpitations across the great sovereign nation of Canada. First, it was Esa Lindell sneaking one past Binnington's blocker to make it 4-1. Saros made a couple more key saves before being pulled for the extra attacker, allowing Mikael Granlund, who was absolutely on fire in this game, to blast one through Binner's legs to make it 4-2. Then, just 20 seconds later, Granlund scored again to make it 4-3 with over a minute still left to play. Now, to clarify what was at stake here, if this game had gone to overtime, both teams would have been eliminated because Sweden beat the US in regulation later that night. So for either Finland or Canada to have a shot at the championship game, they also had to win this game in regulation. This is the whole shitting my pants thing I was talking about earlier, by the way. But as we all should have expected, Captain Canada, aka Sidney Sid the Kid Crosby, stepped up like a superhero and saved the day. He stopped Granlund dead in his tracks with a big clean open ice hit, grabbed the puck and buried it into the empty net to make it 5-3 for Canada, locking in their spot in the championship game against the US tomorrow night. Absolutely beautiful. I still need to change my pants though. Now, I already spoiled the outcome of the Sweden-USA game, so I'm not going to cover it in full, but I will show Canucks fans every single shift Elias Pettersson and J.T. Miller were on the ice together, because things got pretty heated, and you can tell that these guys really don't like each other. Check it out. Anyway, here's what the final standings look like. Drop your score prediction for tomorrow's huge championship game between Team USA and Team Canada. It's going to be a night to remember, regardless of who you're cheering for, and if you guess the score right, I'll shout you out in my next video. Thanks to these wonderful knuckheads for clicking the join button and supporting what I do. I really appreciate it. Thank you for watching. Here's a clip of ex-NHLer PK Subban ranting about how great of a sport hockey is. Okay, bye.
Hockey's a different sport from the NBA. You can't compare the cultures because of the way the game is played. You can step on an NBA floor and go through the emotions. You can't do that in hockey. You can't. Like, the culture of our sport, you have to play it with passion. You have to be willing to fight. You have to be willing to leave it on the ice. That's what fans are investing in. It's not just based on the skill and talent. It's based on the pride, honor, playing for the guy next to you. I got a question for the NBA players. What the hell are you playing for? What are you playing for? It's not about the money. You make all the money. What, you're injured? Well, there's a difference between being hurt and injured. Are you hurt or are you injured? There's a difference. In hockey, we play hurt. We play injured. That is the culture of the sport. It's always been that way. So you want to talk about the business, the CBA, fans get all of that, but what do fans resonate with? They resonate with what's real. You gotta fight sometimes for your country. Four Nations works because the players are all in.
If you're just now tuning in to the Four Nations face-off and want to get caught up to speed before tomorrow night's massive championship game, I've covered all 6 games that have happened so far, and you can start from the beginning by clicking the playlist in the middle of your screen to catch up. If you don't click it, the Tkachuk brothers are going to come for you. And trust me, you don't want that, especially Brady. That guy's spooky. Click it.